Welcome to Value Clothing Online Class. It's fun to sew. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram at Value Clothing. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to take your jumpsuit measurement in a very, very simple way. So this is our model. We take our shoulder measurement from one end of the shoulder to the other. Can you see that? Then we'll measure the bust length. Here we are having a 9.5, as you can see. Then once you have the length, you measure the bust circumference. For the bust circumference, make sure you're able to just put a finger in your tape. So we are having a 34.5. You go ahead to measure her front half length. So looking at what she's wearing, she's putting on a two-piece outfit here, but looking at these measurements, the point is already giving us an idea of where the jumpsuit waistline should be. So go ahead and measure this. You can measure the midpoint. So we are having a 16.5. Are you getting? So you also measure the back half length. You can see at midpoint we have 16. So after the back half length, you need to measure her waist circumference. Let's get to waist circumference. (29 inches). You measure her hip length. Let's take that from the. I actually like to measure from the back. So once I've gotten this, the widest part of our hip. So here we are having a 24.5. You go ahead and measure the hip circumference. Put a finger in. 37.5. Then we need to measure the length of our jumpsuit. To your desired length, to her ankle or probably to the floor, wherever you want it to be. So we have a 60 there. Then we need to measure her crotch depth. She'll need to sit on a stool. So you remember the measurement, we took the waist measurement from here. So you measure to the base of this stool. You can see she's still on a hard surface. And here we are having 11.5 inches. Can you see that? 11.5 is our crotch depth. So with this measurement we've taken, we'll be able to draft a perfect basic jumpsuit pattern. And I just want you to know that it's so easy to draft your jumpsuit pattern, provided you know how to draft your basic bodice pattern. You can see here I have the front and I have the back. And you can also draft your pants pattern. I already did a video on how to draft your pants pattern. I've already dropped in the link in the video as well, so you can go over it again if you've forgotten how to draft your basic pants pattern. So once you have that, all you need to do is to join your pattern at the waistline. Okay, so for these bodies, you can see the neckline. This is the armhole, your center front, your bust dart, and your waist dart. So for you to convert this pattern to your jumpsuit pattern, you just need to add 2 to 3 inches. Let's work with 2 inches on your pants pattern. This extra 2 inches is to give room for movement around your crotch area, so your jumpsuit don't get to be so tight around that area. So you connect. I have an inch here for my seam allowance. Even for my inseam, I also have a ½ inch allowance. But for the arc seam, you can decide to add 1 inch seam allowance or 1.5 inch allowance. Like here, I have a 1 inch seam allowance. So you'll be joining this to this. So right now we don't have, you can see for the down part, we don't have a dart. So all you need to do is just to stitch your front dart for the bodies before you now attach it to your pants, okay? So you also fix your bust dart. But the situation whereby the pattern you have, you want that on the front side, don't forget to make sure that you have let the bodies dart and the pants dart align together. They should be on the same line. All right, so this for the front. Then for the back, you also add 2 inches to your pattern. What I have here is my zip allowance for the pants part, because definitely my zip is going to run all the way down. My zip is going to run all the way down to my pants part. So this area is the zip allowance. And you join all the way to this part. Then you can add your 1/2 inch seam allowance for the other part, and also 1 inch on this other part. So that means around here now your darts should be getting up to this point. Always make sure that the darts are aligned together. So once you have that, this, you can cut it out. It's so easy. Jumpsuit is one outfit I love to make. It's an outfit you can use for any occasion. You can style it. You can style your jumpsuit with pockets, button plackets. You can style it with sleeves pattern, and we have the front pattern. All you need to do, fix your darts, join your crotch area. Then you blend in the side seams, all right? And your jumpsuit is ready to be made. So we have it here, the complete jumpsuit pattern. I also want to add that if you're making a jumpsuit that doesn't have a cut at the waistline, all you need to do is, you can see I'm not making any change at all. You still have your bodice pattern and you have your trouser pattern, and you've also added the extra 2 inches. You join it together. You join your pattern together. You can draft a new pattern with this, where you will be adding probably a joining here. Maybe you're adding a button. It's going to be a button down a jumpsuit without joining at the waistline. So you add your button and placket and also get down to your crotch depth area. So in that case, when you draft a new pattern, you find out that you won't have any need to join what you have here. Yeah, you've already joined it. Draft a new one and go ahead and make your jumpsuit, as you can see. So for a jumpsuit that is not going to have a cut at the waistline, this is what you do. You have the front pattern and you have the trouser pattern with the extra 2 inches. Join them together at the waistline with your masking tape and draft a new pattern. If you have any question, don't forget to ask me.